Welcome back to the Three Farmateers, or I think I just call it the Farmateers, I don't remember now, and Ali Farm. Now, before I want to get onto the topic of today's video, I want to show you on my last, I didn't mean to open. On my last video that I did on this farm, I added in the section here with the lowered bit and the trees around it. I just wanted to show you, as it's got further away from when it last rained, the water plane has actually dropped below most of this. As you can see, it's left a few puddles there in the deeper bits. And I'm not sure whether those puddles are going to disappear altogether or not over time, once there's more length of time between the last rain and now. We'll wait and see, but I'm quite happy with the result of that, so I'm going to be leaving this in the field. Okay, that's going to be remaining there. Yeah, we'll just go back. So as I said, the main reason I did that is I just wanted something else to break up this field a bit, because the field was just, the other one's got the old building to work around and the tree to work around, so I wanted something to work around on this one too. And I tried having a radio mast thing to work around, but I wasn't entirely happy with that, so I put in those trees in the lower bit of ground instead. It fills up with water when it rains. Now, just gonna, okay, so just get this going. Okay, now I wanted to talk about some changes I've made, and I'm sorry if these changes are going to upset anybody, but I had a problem. Had a problem. I felt like YouTube was beginning to take over my life. I've put out an awful lot of videos recently, and I know that some people have struggled to keep up with them. I also know that if you want to make a living of doing YouTube, you've got to put out videos daily, but quite frankly, I've never ever wanted to make a living at doing YouTube, so that putting out daily videos doesn't really apply to me. I didn't get quite that bad. I wasn't putting them out daily. I was putting them out probably one every couple of days. It was just too much for me and too much for others. And not only was me putting out videos getting a bit too much, I thought, but I was always just so behind. Like, whenever anyone that I subscribe to puts out a video, I add it to my watch later list, and I watch it when I have time, and the list was just getting too long and too stressful for me. So yeah, I felt like YouTube was going to take over my life in some ways. So I decided to make some changes, and I believe that whenever you're making changes or anything, you should always look inward first. Okay, so I missed that spot, so I just wanted to make sure I got in with the rest of the row. You should always look inward first, and that's why I'm starting by making some changes to my own YouTube channel, which is that I won't be putting out videos quite as regularly as I have been just recently. I'm going to go back to more like what I was doing originally, which is aiming to put out about one a week. So I'm not going to have a schedule where I promise to put one out on a certain day of the week. I'm not even promising just one a week, so occasionally you might get a couple in a week. If I'm on annual leave or something, for example, I might have a chance to put out a couple a week, and I have got a week's annual leave coming up later on this month. And if I'm too busy, you might not get any for a couple of weeks. So there's no schedule per se, but I'm going to aim for about one a week, give or take. Okay. I'm also planning at this stage, because I know that I put out videos of European Truck Simulator. I put out videos of Over the Hill, which was that four-wheel drive one. I put out videos of a bumpy ride, which is the train one, and I've just bought another train one called Tracks, which is a wooden toy train set game, which also looks pretty cool, and I recommend you check it out. It's very, very cheap to buy and things, especially at the moment while Steam is having a sale on. But I've decided that I'm going to concentrate on my videos on putting out farming videos and the occasional MX5 video when I go for a run somewhere. I'm not going to be putting out videos on every game I play, because a lot of those games I don't think will really interest a lot of people and things. So I might do the occasional ETS2 video, or if I've got a new game that I think's really good, I might put out one video just as a taster of what the game is, but then not put out more videos of it, even though I'll carry on playing it. So I'm going to concentrate on just putting out farming videos and the occasional MX5 run video, and that will probably be about it. I don't think I'll be doing any other games apart from those. As I said, maybe I'll put out one video of a new game I've got or something, just to give people a little taste of the game, and then if they like the look of it, then they can go and check out videos for themselves that other people have put out of the same game or something. But that's my plan. And then secondly, I've made changes to who I subscribe to and what videos of theirs I'm going to be watching. So yeah, so for me it was a 3-step plan. Step 1 was to look at how many videos I was myself putting out, trying to limit that so that I'm not spending so much time having to do it, and limit numbers and types of games. Second thing was I've cut the number of people I subscribe to down from about 60 or 70 that I subscribe to, and I've got it down to about 15. Okay, and those 15 or so that I'm still subscribed to, I'm not necessarily going to watch every single video they put out anymore. So, for example, for AK, I probably won't be watching the Let's Read videos any longer. I'll be watching all the other farming ones he does. I won't be doing the Let's Read, and the reason for that is because I watch AK's videos because I like listening to what he's talking about. That's what I enjoy most about his videos. So, you know, I enjoy hearing about his life and things, so that's the ones I'm going to sort of concentrate on watching. Now, it doesn't mean I'll never ever watch another Let's Read or something, but I'm not going to save it to my watch list. So I'm not going to feel like I need to find time to watch it. I'll just watch it if I have time, and if I haven't, I won't. For Fury Machine Gaming, I'll be watching all of his realistic videos he puts out, the realistic farming ones. The ones that aren't realistic, again, I'm not saying I'll never ever watch them, but I'm not going to add them to my watch list. So if they start piling up, sort of thing, I'm not going to feel obligated to watch them at all. I'll just watch them if I have time. For Driver, I'll be watching his ATS and ETS videos, but the car mechanic simulator and the money simulator one, I can't even remember what that was called now, which I watched the other day, I probably won't be watching those ones anymore. I'm sorry. I'm going to limit it to the truck driving ones, because I love hearing your stories about when you were a truck driver and how the game compares to real life, and about the stories of the different states as you drive through them in the game, and that's what I enjoy of yours. So, and for PA Playable, because his videos are only like a few minutes long, I'm not putting any limitations on those. I still plan to watch all of those. All of his are like less than 5 minutes long, so there's always time to squeeze one of those in somewhere along the lines. Now, I hope no one takes offence that I'm no longer necessarily going to be watching every single one of their videos. It's certainly not meant as an offensive thing, and it's not meant as a controlling thing. I'm not trying to stop you from making other videos or anything. You continue to make the videos you want to make. It's just, I'm very, very sorry, I do not have time to watch every single video of all the people I subscribe to, because it just takes up too much time, and yeah, so sorry, but I just don't have time to watch them all, and I've been feeling guilty if I don't watch them and things, so I'm just going to not feel guilty about it anymore. You know, there's certain videos that I would never ever miss from all of you and things, and but there's some that I might. So that's just a change I've had to make, because, as I said, I felt like YouTube was beginning to take over my whole life, and I didn't feel that was a good place to be in. So I decided to do something about it. And started with myself rather than starting by blaming anyone else, because it was no one's fault but my own. But yep, it's meant making changes to both my own recording plans and things, but also my watching plans. So I hope you all understand, and yeah, it's certainly not meant as an offensive thing to any of you. So hopefully that's all okay. Really enjoying doing all these farms I've got at the moment. I'm still even enjoying the US farm. Now, I know Driver said to me that he would love to see some more videos of that, so I will be doing a couple more videos of that. The reason I decided to jump on this one and do this video is because I wanted to show you all what had happened as the water level went down over there, and so I had to record a video on this before I could carry on playing this offline, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to show you that. I wanted to show you the I suppose the progress of that, because I still don't know whether the water's going to disappear altogether or whether the water plane has now dropped as low as it's going to drop. But either way, I'm very, very happy with it. And I did say when I made that on the last video and showcase it to you that I didn't know whether I'd be keeping it or not, and I've made the decision that I definitely will be keeping it, even though I don't know exactly how it's going to go yet in terms of whether that water plane's got further to drop or not. Either way, I feel I'm happy with the way it's working, so it will definitely be staying. Now I'm going to have to do another lap around the water feature here. I do believe I'm not going to get this in a clean sweep, so I'm going to have to, yep, I knew that was going to happen. I wouldn't get around in one clean sweep because there were some bits on the outside that I had to pick up. I mean, I had to leave starting the turn until far too late. That's alright, I don't mind doing that. I am, when it comes to this, and I know a real farmer wouldn't do this, okay, and I get that, but I'm a wee bit of a perfectionist insofar as, for example, when I'm harvesting, if I miss a couple of blades of the crop, I'll back up to grab them, because I hate the thought of having a few little bits of the crop that I just missed in the field. Oops. When I'm windrowing like this, again, I hate having little bits like that I miss, so I'll back up to get them, even though I know a real farmer probably wouldn't do that because it's just a waste of time. I just kind of feel like I really need to. In the same way when I'm fertilising, because most of the sprayers I use don't have the boom arms. I use the ones that are just spraying it out with no boom arms, so it's very hard to judge exactly how far out it's going to go, because I don't use any of those mods that show you the little coloured lines, like the green lines or whatever on the ground as to where it's going to reach to. And when I'm spraying, I discover that I've missed a wee bit and I've got like half a metre between the last row and the row I'm working on, I'll actually back up again and I'll get that last half metre or so that I missed. Because yeah, just, I don't know why that is, it's just the way my mind works. I don't like leaving things not quite right like that. Yeah, I know there's lots of other people that they have the same kind of mind like that just hates leaving something that's not quite perfect. I mean, you saw when I was making that water feature that I made it a couple of times because I wasn't quite happy with the placement of trees and things like that, so I just had to get it right. Now, once again, a very common thing with me, I forgot to start my timer off before I started this video, so I don't know how long the video's been going, I'm sorry. I am going to try and keep more of an eye on my videos, so I think we'll just finish this row down here and then I'll call it quits for this video, so I don't want to go over time accidentally. Okay, and I hope you all understand about the decisions I've made and things. But yeah, I do enjoy. I think the farming games are always going to be my favourite PC game. I do enjoy playing some other ones like Over the Hill and A Bumpy Ride and things like that, but they're never going to be a favourite of mine. The farming is always going to be my favourite, so that's the one that I'd like to concentrate on for my YouTube videos, and I hope people are okay with that. Okay, thank you all very much for tuning in, and I'll say goodnight to you all now. Thanks for watching. Bye.